So what's up guys, it's here by Nino or Quadigy, and welcome back to another video of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Season 5. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys the top 10 meta class setups or the meta guns that you should use here in Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer as of the recent Season 5 update. We got to continue to be performing at the top of our level, and many of you guys have been relying on my knowledge of the overall game to provide you guys the best content. I have over 1,000 nukes on this game, of close to a 7 KD, and for those of you that have seen me live stream, I get a lot of these crazy gameplays. These class setups are guaranteed to have the best tunings possible to ensure you the lowest amount of recoil, fastest time to kill possible, and fluid movement, so you can perform to the best of your ability here in Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer, so you can earn some feeds, finish camo challenges, or even earn yourself the elusive MGB nuke. So if you guys are excited to hear about these class setups, see what's popping here in Season 5, and have fun here in Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. On this channel, I uploaded nuke gameplays, included with funny moments, class setups to help you guys perform better, and much more stuff. So you guys are interested in that, then you come to the right channel. We're also super close to 200,000 subscribers, and having you along with the ride would mean the world to me. Just thank you guys for being here and giving me a chance. And if you guys are interested in rank play loadouts, this isn't a rank play loadouts video, this is just a general public match multiplayer lobby video. My rank play loadouts video will be occurring on Friday, more or less, when I decide to upload it. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in rank play. But enough of these little precautions out of the way. Let's go ahead and give you guys the ultimate guns of attachments for the amazing Season 5 Kastov 762. So for our first attachment, we got the muzzle of the Sakine Tread 40, which is going to maximize our vertical and horizontal recoil control to be super accurate and attack those enemies at longer ranges with a lot more ease. And when it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.67 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.16 inches length. And keep in mind, with every single tune on every single gun that you see on every single attachment here in today's video, we're at the optimal sire number / optimal tune numbers, which means that we have our tunes at the most optimal points, allowing us to have the best performing values, so we don't lose too much of anything, and we gain the most of the the attributes that we're tuning for, and thus we're able to superpower our attachments, superpowering our guns in a sense, and we're gonna win more gunfights against opponents who don't have their guns optimally tuned like I do in my videos. So rock these tunes. You're gonna be going crazy bananas here in Season 5. For our next attachment, we got the laser of the Ephesus OV laser, which is gonna help us with the ADS speed, aiming stability, and sprint to fire speed. And this is gonna help you achieve the fastest time to kill possible for the Kastov 762 because you're able to bring up the gun faster and have a faster time to kill. If you don't want to rock this because the laser kind of brings you away, you could also rock the Corey LS 44v3 or the Shalasia PQ Box 4, who have more dim lasers, but you're going to get the most benefits and the fastest time to kill possible with the OV laser, so that's what I rock. When it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed and negative 0.18 ounces weight, and you won't be losing that much aim walking steadiness. Bottom side is going to be ADS speed and negative 23.03 feet zeroing distance, and you won't be losing that much aiming out stability. Next up, we got the underbarrel of the Edge 47 grip with that aiming out stability and recoil stabilization. With that lower idle stability, you have less sway on this gun, and thus your first shot accuracy is going to be more on point at all ranges, and then the recoil stabilization allows you to be even more accurate, combining with the effects of the muzzle, making you more accurate and have a faster time to kill at longer ranges. And the tunings for this underbarrel are going to be left side recoil stabilization at 0.70 ounces weight, and the bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.21 inches length. When it comes to the ammunition, we're actually rocking the high velocity ammunition, which is going to increase our bullet velocity. This basically makes it so that if we're challenging an opponent at like 40 meters, 50 meters, or even farther away, our bullets are going to travel faster and going to make those long-range gunfights even easier to achieve. So make sure you guys rock this on the 762. It hits super hard with this. And when it comes to the tuning of the ammunition, left side is going to be damage range at 0.36 grams weight, and bottom side is going to be bullet velocity at 7.84 GR load. And those are the best tunes for these attachments that can be tuned for the Kastov 762. And just so you know, moving forward, if you can't get to these precise numbers, it's all good. As long as you're like 1 or 2 or 3 off, you should still basically receive those same maximum benefits, more or less. And when it comes to the Kastov 762 here, it's just a clean machine. It just eliminates the opponents in like 2 to 3 shots. Farther range opponents aren't even going to be that bad with this gun, and I definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite guns to use, and if I'm going to try hard, this is the gun that I'm going to use for sure. It's so great. Before we move on to the rest of the guns, I'm going to explain to you guys my general loadout and my secondary that I usually use, which is the FTAC Siege. So let me give you guys my build real quick. Muzzle is going to be the X10 R40 muzzle. Laser is going to be FJXD Odd 70. Ammunition is going to be the hollow point ammunition. 72 round drum magazine, and the Heist LW stock. Here's the tuning for the muzzle, here's the tuning for the laser, here's the tuning for the ammunition, and here's the tuning for the stock. This gun is legit the best secondary in the game, and is the most reliable if you want to get to the most MGBs or the most feeds and stay alive. And usually for the rest of my class, I have a stim shot for my tactical to heal faster, lethal drill charge for those pesky campers. Perk packages is usually scavenger, bomb squad, fast signs, and quick fix. So sometimes I'll switch out quick fix for ghosts if I want to be a little bit more sneaky. And then my field upgrades are usually ammunitions box in case I need ammo or equipment, or dead silence in case I need to sneak around the map a lot more, better. And that pretty much covers it for my general class setup. And now moving on to the next gun here, we got the Season 5 Vel 46 Ultimate Class setup. For our muzzle here, we're starting off with the X10 RR40 suppressor, which is going to give us sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. With that sound suppression, we can stay out the minimap every time we shoot, allowing us to be a lot more stealthy and play out our opponents. And then we also get that bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness, allowing this gun to melt even faster and require less shots to kill at farther ranges. When it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 0.59 ounces weight, and the bottom side is going to be bullet velocity at 0.68 inches length. When it comes to the laser, the typical laser that I use is the VLK LZR7 MW for the reason that I've stated beforehand, and then we also have these alternative lasers if you don't like the super bright laser of the LZR7 MW. But this one is going to give you the fastest time to kill possible. And when it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.34 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 41.13 feet zeroing distance. When it comes to our underbarrel here, we're going to be using the X10 Nexus grip for that aiming out stability and recoil stabilization. And I use this because you only lose 5 milliseconds of ADS speed as opposed to the Edge 47 grip, where you lose 20 milliseconds of ADS speed. And since it's an SMG, you're not typically trying to, body people at longer ranges. That's usually more reserved for an AR. So I'm more so concerned about the speed here than the actual accuracy. But the actual accuracy is really nice with this attachment. When it comes to the tuning of the underbarrel, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.49 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.22 inches length. When it comes to our rear grip, we got the ZLR combat grip with the increased recoil control. So combining this with the effects of the underbarrel will allow the Vel 46 to melt even faster because you're going to be even more so accurate. And with that rear grip tuning, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 0.29 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.35 inches width. And for our last attachment, we have the magazine of the 50 round mag, which hardly gives you any movement penalty at all, and you get 10 extra bullets for a total of 50, which allows you to melt multiple opponents with one mag. And the Vel 46 itself is legit just a legendary freaking gun. I mean, this thing looks clean, as you guys can see. It's perfect for those short range and medium range engagements with that 50 round mag, which is so beautiful. And if you want to get those longer range situations, a little bit out of the way, you just kind of mount up, control the recoil a little bit, and you'll be good to go. But yeah, I love the Vel 46, one of my favorite SMGs for this season. Next up, we got the new sniper rifle of the Carrack .300. For the muzzle, we're going to be using the Shred CP90 so we can reduce that vertical and horizontal recoil control. The way we're going to run this gun is not in sniper form, but kind of like in a marksman rifle / battle rifle form, and you guys will see by the end of the class setup. This one's pretty crazy. Laser is going to be the VLK LZR7MW for that super, ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, but as always, you can always use the alternative lasers if you want. Optic is going to be the hybrid fire point, because it allows us to have a hybrid optic, which I'm going to show you guys in practice on the firing range. For our magazine, we're going to have the 15 round mag because we want as much ammo as possible, and you guys will see why. And for our rear grip, we have the Engage 20 grip with that sprint to fire speed and ADS speed, which is going to allow us to be a lot more snappy, just like the VLK LZR7 MW laser. Now, you guys might have noticed I don't have any tunings for this gun, and that's because I haven't leveled it up at all. I haven't used it yet, but I was experimenting with it here in the firing range, and I'm telling you, this is probably going to be the setup that I stick with. And as you can see, it is extremely freaking dangerous, especially if you're because you're able to spam down the trigger here. So getting those one-shot kills is basically like in battle rifle form. That's why I recommend running it this way if you don't want to run it in like an actual sniper rifle, because you're gonna get some people mad. If you can master like the recoil this gun has, you're gonna be in for a delightful treat for this gun. It's kind of dangerous. So stay tuned for the video, which I'm gonna post tomorrow with the tunings, and I'll probably have like a slightly different class setup, but use this for now and I think you'll have a lot of fun. Next up, we got the meta AR of the TAC 56 for Season 5. For our first attachment, we got the muzzle of the RF Crown 50 for that better horizontal and vertical recoil control. When it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.62 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.21 inches length. When it comes to the laser, of course you got that FSS OV laser for obvious reasons, but if you wanted to, you could also run the alternatives of the Shalaser or the Coriolis 44V3 for those more dim lasers, but you're going to want to melt faster with the OV laser. When it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.39 ounces weight, bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 34.55 feet zeroing distance. Next up, we got the underbarrel of the X10 Nexus grip, where we got the aiming out stability and recoil stabilization comboed with the muzzle, so this gun could be even more deadly accurate and more destructive. And when it comes to the tuning of the underbarrel, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.36 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.27 inches length. Rear grip is going to be the FSS combat grip with that maximum recoil control to combo with the muzzle and the underbarrel, making the TAC 56 just a straight up laser beam machine. And for our rear grip tuning, we got the left sider of ADS speed at negative 0.55 ounces weight, and the bottom side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.26 inches width. And for our last attachment, we got the magazine of the 40 round mag, because those 10 extra bullets can make all the difference between life and death, and you won't suffer too many movement penalties either. And you guys know I love this TAC 56, bro. It's one of the cleanest guns in the game, and it legit has no recoil, like hardly any recoil. It's very, very easy to control, pretty much a laser beam, like even at long ranges. It's just freaking beautiful. Just use it this way, straight up. The next gun here is going to be something very underrated that I haven't talked about in literally months, the good old STB556 AR. For our first attachment, we got the muzzle of the FTAC Kastov, which is going to improve our horizontal and vertical recoil control. The tuning for the muzzle here is going to be left-sided recoil stabilization at 0.03 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.20 inches length. When it comes to the laser, you guys know I love rocking the VLK LZR7MW, but you can use the AccuShot 5MW laser or quickfire laser if you choose to do so, but use that LZR7MW because it's hero approved. Tuning for the laser is going to be left slider sprint to fire speed at negative 0.16 ounces weight, and bottom slider is going to be ADS speed at negative 32.90 feet zeroing distance. When it comes to the underbarrel, Edge 47 grip is going to be the way to go with the aiming out stability and recoil stabilization, and the tunings for here are going to be left slider recoil stabilization at 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom slider is going to be aiming out stability at 0.15 inches length. The ammunition we're rocking here is the 5.56 high velocity for that bullet velocity for super long range kills. And when it comes to the tuning of the ammunition, left side is going to be damage range at 0.45 grams weight, and bottom side is going to be bullet velocity at 6.39 GR load. And finally, since I'm not really a fan of the iron sights of the STB556, we got the optic of the Slimline Pro to give us a cleaner sight picture, which means we're going to see our opponents a lot more clearly, giving us a better time to kill. And thus the tuning is going to be left sider ADS speed at negative 2.81 ounces weight, and the bottom side is going to be set all the way to far for that better peripheral vision, extended FOV in a sense, and a little bit more stickier aim. Optic tuning is very underrated, and that's why I recommend to have it all the way to far. And yeah, when it comes to this beast of an STB556, it's super underrated for the sheer power that it contains. It's very easy to control the recoil of this gun, as you guys can see, and it pretty much melts. I'm surprised more people haven't really thought about this weapon. And you can change any of the attachments, by the way, for like a magazine if you really need a magazine. Like you can change the ammunition to a mag or whatever the case is. For our next class setup though, we got the Kastov 545, which has been slept on for so long, and you guys need to wake up to it. First attachment is going to be the muzzle of the Komodo Heavy, which only focuses on horizontal recoil control, because this gun tends to have a lot of horizontal recoil. When it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.21 inches length. The laser is going to be the FSS OV laser for that sprint to fire speed benefit in particular, but then you also got the alternatives of the Coriolis 44V3 or the Shalaser PEQ Box 4 if you wish to do so, but use that OV laser. Left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.23 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 34.55 feet zeroing distance. Underbarrel is going to be the Edge 47 grip as usual with the aiming out stability and recoil stabilization. Left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.35 inches length. For our next attachment, we got the rear grip of the MW2 grip for that maximum recoil control. So combining this with the effects of the underbarrel and the muzzle will make this gun extremely accurate, even more accurate than the Kastov 762. And when it comes to the tuning of the rear grip, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 0.39 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.10 inches width. And our magazine is going to be the 45 round mag, so we have 15 extra bullets as compared to the 10 extra bullets you get from the Kastov 762. And that's going to help us a ton in getting more kills with one mag and not having to worry about a reload too much. I really feel like when it comes to the Kastov 545 here, people sleep on it because the 762 exists, but this gun is even easier to control, and it melts just as fast, if not faster, than the 762, especially if you're able to hit upper chest shots. If you're able to hit upper chest, you're going to be rewarded highly with the Kastov 545. So use this beast. You'd be very surprised by its power. Next up, we got one of the most god tier SMGs of all time for Season 5, the good old ISO 45 SMG. For our muzzle, we got the good old XRK Sandstorm to focus on that vertical recoil control because this gun has a ton of it. Left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.57 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.18 inches length. The laser, as usual, is going to be the LZR set MW, but you have the alternatives of the AccuShot and the 1MW quickfire laser. And when it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.29 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 24.68 feet zeroing distance. When it comes for our underbarrel, edge 47 grip once again with the aiming out stability and recoil stabilization. And when it comes to the tuning of the underbarrel, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.49 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.32 inches length. Once again, I'm not really a fan of the optic of the ISO 45, so we have the Slimline Pro optic. You can use whatever optic you want, of course, but this is what I prefer. And the optic tuning is going to be left sider ADS speed at negative 1.94 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be set all the way to far. And for our magazine, we're going to be running the maximum magazine of the 45 round drum mag. I feel like I don't really got to explain much when it comes to the ISO 45. I mean, just look at it. It looks noble, looks heroic, just like myself and my name, but it's just a melt machine. Where it comes to, short to medium range, it's an SMG. It's not supposed to perform at long range, especially with how the recoil is. But up close, you're gonna have a whole ton of fun running this gun on shipment. You're gonna be going crazy. Next up, we have a very underrated SMG that not many people choose to talk about, and that's gonna be the DLC SMG of the Baz P. For our first attachment, we got the muzzle of the X10 RR40 suppressor, so we can stay off the minimap every time we shoot, and we can make this gun more lethal over range. And if you want to, you could also rock the AVR T90 compensator if you have trouble controlling the recoil of this gun and you don't care about being suppressed. When it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 0.41 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be bullet velocity at 0.52 inches length. For the laser, of course, we got the LZR set MW once again, but the alternatives can be the AccuShot 5MW laser or the 1MW quickfire laser. And when it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.29 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 41.13 feet zeroing distance. Since I'm not a fan of the iron sights for the Baz P, I'm rocking the Slimline Pro for cleaner sights. And the tuning on that is going to be left sider ADS speed at negative 1.55 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be set all the way to far. For our next attachment, we have the rear grip of the D37 grip, which is going to maximize our recoil control, which is going to allow us to be more accurate across range. And the tuning on the rear grip is going to be left sider negative 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.39 inches width. And then, of course, we got to rock the 50 round drum mag because it's the highest magazine that we have, and I would love to have a 40 round drum mag on this gun, but the 50 round is the only one that makes sense, of course. You already know with the Baz P, it's one of the cleanest looking guns in the game. It's always going to be, have a place in the meta. I just think people forget about it because, there's other really great SMGs as well. But this gun can strafe so freaking fast left and right, especially when you shoot. It just feels really nice to use. So obviously, use it for yourselves, and you can change around the attachments and have fun with it. Next up, we have one of my favorite guns to use in this game, and that's going to be the good old Tempus Razorback AR. For the muzzle, we got the X10 ported 290 for that maximized vertical recoil control, so this gun is a lot more easier to use. And when it comes to the tuning of this muzzle, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.32 inches length. When it comes to the laser, of course you guys know I love the LV laser, but you can rock the Coriolis 44V3 or the Laser PEQ Box 4 if you wish to do so. Tuning is going to be left slider sprint to fire speed at negative 0.35 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 31.26 feet zeroing distance. When it comes to the underbarrel, edge 47 grip is the way we like to rock with that aiming out stability and recoil stabilization. And when it comes to the tuning of the underbarrel, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.52 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming out stability at 0.23 inches length. I'm not really a fan of the iron sights on the Razorback, so I'm going to rock the Slimline Pro for that better precision sight picture. And when it comes to the tuning of this optic, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 2.03 ounces weight, and the bottom slider is going to be set all the way to far. And for the magazine, personally, I like the regular 45 round mag just to have those 15 extra bullets. But if you wanted to, you could also rock the 60 round mag. You just might have to suffer some movement penalty losses, obviously. And I mean, it's the freaking Razorback, man. I don't really got much else to say other than it's legit a god tier weapon and it's freaking clean looking, as you guys can see. And it's fun, man. It's just a really great gun. Like, it has really great recoil control. It's a beast on shipment specifically, but if you're able to control this gun, you're gonna be having a ton of fun. That's all I gotta say. And finally, last but definitely not least, we have the newest AR in the game, and that's going to be the FR Avancer. For our muzzle, we got the FTAC Castle comp with that horizontal and vertical recoil control, so we can actually control this gun because it has a ton of recoil. When it comes to the tuning of the muzzle here, left side is going to be recoil stabilization at 0.44 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be recoil control at 0.15 inches length. When it comes to laser here, FSS OV laser is going to be our prime suspect, but you could also rock the Coriolis 44V3 or the Laser PEQ Box 4, but you know I love that OV laser. When it comes to the tuning of the laser, left side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.31 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be ADS speed at negative 21.39 feet zeroing distance. Underbarrel is going to be the Edge 47 grip with that aiming off stability and recoil stabilization, and the tuning for the underbarrel is going to be left sided recoil stabilization at 0.59 ounces weight, and bottom side is going to be aiming off stability at 0.15 inches length. And for our rear grip, we have the SA Ion rear grip with that recoil control, which then maximizes the control of this gun with the underbarrel and the muzzle all combined, making this gun super accurate, well, as much as possible. And when it comes to the tuning of the rear grip, left side is going to be ADS speed at negative 0.48 ounces weight, and the bottom side is going to be sprint to fire speed at negative 0.12 inches width. And for our magazine, we're going to leave it off with the 45 round mag, but if you wanted to, you could rock the 60 round mag because this gun has a deadly freaking fast fire rate, and you'll be running out of ammo like crazy, but up to you if you want to suffer the movement penalty loss. And yeah, the FR Avancer, it's a pretty fun gun. It's basically a harder to use Razorback that has a lot of like skill potential. So if you're able to control this gun, you're gonna be rewarded highly. Like, it has a crazy fast time to kill, and but the recoil on it is not the easiest to perform with, especially at longer ranges. So this is gonna be more of an SMG AR hybrid, kind of similar to the Razorback in a sense. But if you're able to control it, man, you're gonna be rewarded really well with its super fast time to kill and just amazing style. But there you guys have it, the top 10 best class setups for Season 5 so far that I wanted to show to you guys with the tunings involved. If there's any guns not shown here, that pretty much means I'm probably going to make a video on them in due time, or I'll include them in the Rank Play Loadouts video or whatever the case is. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Try out these class setups for Season 5, and let me know how you guys find them. Hope you guys enjoyed me using, including guns that haven't been used in a while in my videos, just because they haven't really found the fit, in my opinion. But thank you for being the best audience ever, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, your new channel, and post notifications for additional content, and I really appreciate you guys, man. If you watch till the end, like, I don't expect many people do, and for those of you that do, just know I really appreciate you, and I want to hug you, if that's okay with you. I'm freaking weird. Anyways, stay awesome.